he didn't tell us nicely. He was shouting. We'd see, put out that fire now! Put out that fire now! Put that fire out now! But soon, I'm gonna call the cops, and then when I'm done calling the cops, I'm gonna call the fire department, and I'm gonna tell them that there's a fire here that they need to come and put out. Guys, the firefighters were here, guys. The firefighters were here. He really called the fire department and told them that there was a fire that they needed to come and put out, like wasting the state resources in such a way. What is good, T gang? It is your girl T. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, then smash the subscribe button down below. Turn on your post notifications to get notified every time I post a video, baby. Guys, today I am back with another lit video. Today I am going to be doing a story time, and you know, if it's a story time from me, it's about to get lit, guys. It's been a while since I did a story time for the channel, so guys, I'm a bit, you know, tipsy. I've been sipping on some wine. Guys, to those who know me, my subscribers, you guys know, people in my personal life, you guys know that, hey, Tanya is a red wine lover. All the time, all day, every day. Don't you just love the taste of that, guys? Anyway, guys, today we're going to be doing a story time. I'm sure you've already seen the title, so you know what the story time is about. And guys, this story is very funny. So you know where I stay in Middelburg. To those who watch my videos, I'm sure you've seen my previous video where I did a vlog of the area where I stay in. I'm sure you guys have seen the kind of area I stay in. So, oh, by the way, if you haven't watched that vlog, please go and check out the vlog. I'm going to leave the picture here, and I'll leave the link in the description box. So, you've seen the area where I stay, and you already know the kind of vibes that are in that area. So, guys, we have neighbors, right? We have neighbors, right? So all the neighbors that we have are not of our color. Our neighbors are not our color, you know. It's the other race. Our neighbors are the other race. So actually, guys, it's quite a very long story, and we've had a lot of incidences with these neighbors. Actually, it's one of our neighbors. The other ones are chilled, are cool. They don't have problems with us. So it's the other ones on the other side that are always giving us problems. So the problem started when my father actually built another house, a cottage, let me say a cottage behind the main house. So there are two cottages behind the main house, and then there's a main house. So the problem started there when they started noticing that there are now two cottages in the main house. So they started giving us weird vibes at first, because before we used to talk to them, you know, good morning, how are you, and stuff. They even talk. So we have a fish pond at home. My father made a fish pond. Our neighbor would even come and say, oh hey, I mean, what kind of fishes do you have there, and stuff, you know, create conversation. That was how they were. Everything was chilled. We would even if they are going to the store, would even give them money if we need something from the store, and they would buy us something and bring it back. So that's how things were. But before, they were actually nice. When we moved in the first time, they had a problem with us. They had attitude, but then we just like, okay. And then they started to be nice. The time when, yeah, they were having conversation with us, greeting us. Even my little sister was playing with them. After school, they play together and stuff. And then after the cottage being built, the attitude came back, and then we saw they're no longer talking to us. And so, you know, today we just chill people. We don't be asking. I mean, Nazi, it's like we're also used to this kind of areas. It's not like it's the first time we stay in chilled kind of areas. We've always stayed in chilled kind of areas, so we also know how to mind our business. So when we saw them giving attitude again, we're like, okay, chilled, you know, it's fine. And then firstly they said, yeah, ever since you started building this house behind the cottage, our things have been going missing. They said their things have been going missing, so they were telling us. So apparently it's the people who come in and out of our yard who stole from them, guys. The way security is tight where we stay, the way security is tight, it's almost impossible for someone who comes in our yards to steal from them. And why would people who come to visit us actually steal from them, or people who stay in our yard because there are people renting in the cottage? Why would they steal from them? Guys, it just didn't make sense. Like, someone would jump the wall, the wall and go and steal. Guys, it didn't make sense. So yeah, I started coming up with the stories. Hey, they stole from us. Ever since you built this house, there are people coming in and out. They've been stealing from us. We even had to investigate, ask our tenants staying behind the house that how can the neighbor is complaining. They're saying they're missing some things. Have you ever seen any suspicious behavior or anyone suspicious around? They're like, no. And they're church people. You know, I'm not saying church people don't steal, but then yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. So yeah, they wouldn't do it. And besides, they have a dog. Like, they have dogs that are always barking. Who has the guts to go there and steal? Guys, it just didn't make sense. Okay, that saga passed. That is not my story time for today. My story time is the next incident after they said we are stealing from them. The next incident happened where we cleared out like all the junk. You know, when you're at home and you clear out all the junk, like you're throwing out old clothes, you're throwing out all the riffraff from the house and you're burning it. So that's what we're doing. We're cleaning the garage, we're cleaning everything, and we're taking out all the riffraff and we're burning it. It wasn't even like a big fire like this. We're just burning it in the braai stand. Imagine you have a braai stand, a big one. So we're just putting all the things in there and burning them. Mugai, the neighbor, came to the wall and peeked through. His head, he sticked his head to our side. You see, he didn't tell us nicely. He was shouting. You see, put out that fire now! Put out that fire now! Put that fire out now! But you don't talk to us nicely. Just start screaming and tell us to put out. You are commanding us. You tell us what to do. How my father, I was so surprised by how cool my father is, because usually he's a person who reacts. So he just looked at him and said, and he started loading more things into the fire. Guys, it was so funny to see this guy. His face was turning pink. His face was turning red. He was like so frustrated, and he started threatening us. Yeah, now I'm gonna call the cops on you guys. I'm gonna call the cops, and then when I'm done calling the cops, I'm gonna call the fire department, and I'm gonna tell them that there's a fire here that they need to come and put out. Guys, calling the fire department to come out and put out a small fire in a braai stand. So now we just looked at him, and then my mother just looked at him, and then we said, no one said anything to him. Like, we didn't say anything to him. I was so shocked that both my parents did not say anything, because there are people who react, especially to someone who's disrespecting them. They are quick to react. But this time around, man, they were just so chilled that they were just looking at him and they were just doing their business, you know. They were burning their things and everyone was carrying on with life like this man was not there. Even when he was screaming he's gonna call the cops, I'm like, call the cops, bruh. Call the freaking cops, bruh. How a few minutes later, a couple of minutes after, the firefighters were here. The firefighters were here. He really called the fire department and told them that there was a fire that they needed to come and put out, like wasting the state resources in such a way. The firefighters were here and they were actually our race. They were not the other race. So they came, they're like how can't they were speaking Zulu, and stuff. Where is the fire? Because today we can't see anything. I saw one like we don't see a fire. Where is it? And then we told them, there's no fire here. We're just putting our things in the brass stand, and we are burning our old things like riffraff and all that. We're just burning it in the brass stand. And then this guy just saw some smoke, and he said we need to put out that fire. And he called you guys. And now we're waiting for the cops, because he also called the cops. And then Mugai, the firefighter, was like, no, man, it's like people are like this, just ignore him, and yeah, everything is fine. We're gonna go back now. So it's difficult to stay in this kind of areas, in this kind of environments. It's difficult because we are completely different people, completely different races, so it's challenging. So he said, yeah, we're gonna go back now. They didn't do anything. So guys, it was so awkward. Like, it was so awkward. That final incident was the final push to say, go rough. This environment is difficult. People don't want us in this environment. Like, that was the last push to know that people they don't want you here. Like abasfuni, guys. It was so awkward to see this man shout, I'm gonna call the police, I'm gonna call the fire department over a fire in a brass stand. Like, he wasted state resources calling the police and the firefighters, and they didn't even see the fire. They went back. So guys, this was the story time. It was so awkward, and I was so surprised with how my parents handled the whole thing and how chilled they were, because they usually react. But they didn't this time. They just be doing them and minding their business. So ever since we haven't seen them, our neighbors, like, we do see them, but we don't even greet each other. It's just like, okay. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I love you guys. If you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll get back